Hey, what's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be counting down the top 10 Torgue weapons in Borderlands 3 as it currently stands. Not just legendaries, I'll be showcasing them all. These weapons are for you if you enjoy seeing things explode, and Moze will be able to garnish a lot from their splash damage potential. There's a lot to go through here, and I'll be telling you what makes each gun good, as well as tell you who you can farm to get one when that applies. Also, let me know in the comments what your favourite Torgue guns are. I'd be interested to know, and also let me know what manufacturer you think I should cover next. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like. It'll help motivate me to make another one, and let's dive in. We begin this countdown with the Flakka, which has an increased chance to drop from Manbark. You can find at this point on the map in Conrad's Hold. The Flakka used to be the pinnacle of explosive weapons in Borderlands 3 until it received a rather heavy nerf. However, it still remains good, and the nerf did help it in a way. It deals high damage over a wide area thanks to its projectile pattern, which causes it to fire 3 invisible pellets, which each travel for a short time before exploding multiple times, with the first series of explosions being twice as large as the others. It only consumes the 1 ammo with high damage per shot, and its reload time is slow, but it is powerful and good at taking out groups of enemies. Number 9 brings us to the Red Line, another shotgun which can only be dropped by Road Dog, who you fight around in this area of the Splinterlands. The Red Line feels like what Mr. Torgue would have created after he visited a Melee 1 factory. I say this because the Red Line needs to be charged before it can be fired. When fully charged, it will empty the magazine quickly until you release the trigger. This lets you lay a number of sticky gyro jets on your target before they can even blink, and the damage that follows is solid. Moze can make the most out of the Red Line with some for the road, allowing her to fill her target up with stickies and deal some massive damage numbers. Next up is the Laser Sploder, which is located inside Celestro's loophole, that you can find here in the Tanzadere ruins. The Laser Sploder comes in every element type and shoots lasers that explode. It is very accurate, is great with ammo, and deals generally good damage. You want a double penetrating variant to leverage the most out of its damage potential, and overall it's a nice gun that is unusually good at applying elemental effects for a Torgue weapon. On to number 7, and we have the Quickie. The Quickie is a purple rocket launcher that can come in any element, although it is rare to see. The Quickie fires quick, faster than any launcher in the game, which makes it good at dealing a high amount of damage in a short amount of time. It also lets you pile on stickies for those ultimate damage numbers, and it is great at dropping bosses. Moving on now to the Scoville, which is earned by completing Torgue's Secret Sauce Challenge in DLC 1. The Scoville fires hot sauce bottles which explode in a fiery ball of rage. The Scoville doesn't just deal great damage numbers, but it has an absolute monster radius too. Enemies don't even need to be that close to feel the full front of the blast. I have to say, it's super fun to use and is probably the closest I'll ever be to being a chef. If only it was easier to get. Number 5, and we are greeted with the Alchemist, one of the more unique Torgue weapons that you can get faster by defeating Heckle/Hyde at this area of the map in Jacob's Estate. The Alchemist only fires sticky projectiles which are tuned with 2 elements. The impacting projectiles deal shock damage but will explode as fire. This is a nice combination, allowing you to strip shields with the initial gyro jets and trigger their explosion to burn through the flesh underneath. The Alchemist is a heavy damage weapon with a decent mag size, but it does deal shock damage to you when your projectiles hit an enemy. This can be nullified with the Transformer, and that's the shield I'd recommend using with it. Number 4 brings us to the Bang Stick, a powerful purple shotgun with an extremely high pellet count. I mean, if a double penetrating variant isn't enough for you, try getting a triple penetrating one. It can pile on stickies like nothing else, and because of the damage boost per sticky, you can deal some serious damage. Its impact damage is good too and can flatten enemies quickly. To add to everything, you can also get it in any element, and it's a fantastic shotgun with a lot of variation, but that can hurt you when you're hunting for a specific one. The Stranger sits at number 3 and is my go-to weapon for downing Grave Ward, as you can see from the footage here. The Stranger is pretty much an alchemist, but better. You don't have the self-harm effect, and it has a larger mag size which enables you to deal way higher damage numbers. It's also more versatile with the ability to come in any element, although the Alchemist is an easier find. It's a great gun with a very high damage cap, and is comfortable while mobbing, and even better when dropping bosses. At number 2 is the Protuberance, which apparently drops in purple, but in all my hours of playing I haven't seen one, only pictures, so I've only ever gotten it in blue. The Protuberance is an alien barreled elemental shotgun that deals heavy damage. After impacting, it will split off into an additional 3 projectiles which also deal high damage. It's a powerful weapon that has no trouble crashing its way through mobs, granted you get one with the correct barrel. Its splash damage and splash damage radius are almost unrivaled, and it's definitely a weapon that you should be on the lookout for. Before number 1 shows its face, or rather its metal alloy, let's cover some honourable mentions which easily could fit anywhere on this list. One honourable mention is the Lump, a launcher made for mobbing. The Lump sends a single large elemental orb downrange which casts damaging links to nearby enemies. These links drain their health, and the Lump can deal some serious damage to a large number of enemies without you really having to try. It's best fired above a crowded area to maximize its damage potential. It only comes elemental, which is a great thing, and it's just pure destruction, however you look at it. Another honourable mention is the Craps, a DLC 1 exclusive pistol that drops from Jackbot in Jack's Secret. The Craps deals high damage on its own, but this damage can be monumentally increased with its unique effect that gives it a small chance, about 1 in 7, to fire an additional 4 projectiles. The projectiles are fired in a circular pattern, and if you're lucky enough, lifts the Crap's damage to a whole new level. It can also come in all of the elements, and it is just a great choice when looking for splash damage pistols. The last honourable mention is the Devil's Foresome, which has an increased chance to drop from the Psycho Billies. You can find at this point on the map in the Amber Mire. It can come in any element and deals good splash damage, although it can be difficult to land each pellet on your target due to its unique firing pattern. A Shock Devil's Foresome serves well as a support if you're running a Transformer, and can even fill your shields with a single shot. Outside of this combination, the Foresome can be dangerous to its wielder, but if you manage to avoid downing yourself, you can get a lot out of it. Oh, and how could I forget the Scourge, which drops from Electroda's Bander during the Cistern of Slaughter on the 4th wave of the final round. The Scourge deserves a shout out for all those times it helped you one-shot Grave Ward. It has an extremely high damage ceiling, and becomes stronger the longer it travels. Number 1 has arrived, and there's no surprises here. It's the Lob. I never thought I'd say that. The Lob has an increased chance to drop from Grave Ward, and like the Protuberance, is an alien barreled shotgun that can come in any element. The Lob shoots a trio of large slow moving elemental orbs in a burst pattern. The orbs constantly deal damage to any nearby enemies, and although the damage seems late to calculate, it's always a lot, and 3 orbs is enough to kill even some of the stronger enemies. Its range is short, but it's a shotgun, so you expect that. But that doesn't stop it from absolutely destroying any enemy in your way. And I highly recommend you going out and getting one for yourself. It'll make the game a hell of a lot easier. So there you go, the top 10 Torgue weapons in Borderlands 3. Let me know what your favourite Torgue weapons are in the comments. It'll be interesting to know what you guys are running. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing. And I'll catch you in the next one.